In partnership news, Microsoft and Box are expanding their deal to reach more large corporate customers with a file sharing and storage service. Customers will now be able to store their data in Microsoft's Azure cloud platform. The partnership will allow for future integration between Azure's artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities with Box's cloud content management platform. I spoke with Box CEO Aaron Levie earlier and asked what kind of customer demand he's expecting from this deal.
If you look at our customer base, which is about 74,000 companies globally, including 64% of the Fortune 500, Microsoft is in with their cloud services in about 90% of the Fortune 500 or more. And so there's already a lot of significant overlap between our customer base and their customer base in the cloud. And we're hearing from more and more of our customers that they want to be able to leverage some of the more advanced capabilities that Azure is building and be able to have things like their data stored in more locations around the world. And that's our Box Zones technology that lets customers do that.
Now, I know you may consider using Microsoft's AI services. How would that work?
Yeah, so if you think about all the content and information that we have in Box, there's billions and billions of files, and in every one of those files are different insights and different knowledge and information. And really, the only way to extract that knowledge or information is by using some amount of advanced technology, whether that's artificial intelligence or more advanced machine learning capabilities. So things like being able to upload a video of this conversation and make it fully searchable and be able to have various tags of different content that was discussed, being able to upload audio and make that completely searchable, be able to summarize documents, be able to translate documents and text. So all of those kind of capabilities are becoming more and more readily available via Microsoft and others. And we want to ensure those capabilities are plugged into Box so our customers now can have the most intelligent way to manage and share and organize all of their content.
There's a lot of activity right now happening in cryptocurrencies, and cryptocurrency believers believe that the blockchain will one day make cloud providers obsolete and that all of the cloud essentially will be peer-to-peer. How do you think about this?
That would really be bad news for us if that happens. So, so certainly, we're more in favor of the cloud model. We think that peer-to-peer has been tried a number of times over the years in different capacities, and obviously, I think from an academic standpoint, it's incredibly exciting the possibility that you could have with a completely distributed network of systems and computers that could power all of the various services that we use. But there's also a lot of practical limitations between security, between reliability. That the cloud is awfully good at this point.
What regions do you expect Box Zones to expand using Azure?
Yeah, so right now it's in 8 regions globally in some of the key markets where we have a lot of customer demand. But our current customer demand in terms of where Box is being used and where customers are trained to take Box certainly exceed the 8 regions that we're in right now. So I think you can imagine us in places like South America, where we're seeing more and more traction over time, more locations in Canada, the ability to spread throughout Europe. So and then broadly in Asia, long term, we're pretty excited about the possibility of entering China. And some of the growth prospects there. So a bunch of new markets over the coming years that we're paying attention to, and we're certainly going to need to have infrastructure in those locations. And our strong preference is that we don't build that infrastructure ourselves, but we can leverage partnerships like Amazon and IBM and Microsoft and others to be able to deliver that technology to our customers.
How do you intend to navigate regulatory and censorship issues in China specifically?
Yeah, this is why it's still a pretty early conversation, but we think that there are different entry strategies that companies have been successful with. Obviously, joint ventures on the ground, being able to have isolated versions of your product. We're fortunate where the type of content that goes into Box is not the same kind of content that you generally see from a Facebook or a Google as having issues globally with. It's much more corporate information. We already have a lot of customers that use Box globally and including in China for global manufacturing processes and their global distribution networks. So our job would just be to make sure that customers can use a very, very secure, highly private version of Box in any country that they choose, including China. And we would only enter the market when we felt comfortable that we could provide that kind of service.